Hello, dear friends. You were born in this time of life because you were strong enough to survive it. Opinion piece. Metapolitics. Beyond politics. Transcending divisions. A long-term approach. Independent thinkers. Above politicking. Synthesis of East and West. Rumors are running rampant. Let's start. I am tired of seeing how people are divided into political parties and superficial disagreements, as if they were social teams, where each side is always completely right and the opposing side is always wrong, which demonstrates a Manichaean mentality and a low culture level. No one has a monopoly on truth or lies, but both are very mixed and distributed, and you have to go with a magnifying glass to separate the wheat from the chaff and do your own and independent research without marrying anyone. The left right division is false and simplistic because each side is badly right. The true standard would be common sense, which is a rare commodity in these foolish times. Many believe that the revaluation is a political restructuring in the broad sense. It is much more than that, because it would make no sense to recreate a new financial elite. Abundance will only be entrusted to those who are at a point in spiritual evolution where they can be trusted with these funds and use them wisely for the creation of the new earth and not for selfish gain. That is why this slow spiritual growth has been expected. It is about not being greedy, not being selfish, not acquiring wealth for its own sake, but rather using it for the benefit of all. Sanity. According to Peter B. Mayer, humankind has given its sanity to governments. When we give away our responsibility, we also give away our freedom and our life. An awakened conscience will never fall asleep again. That is why the process is called ascension. It is the ascent up the ladder of the afterlife. No one can stop, much less control an awakened conscience. The awakened can appreciate the light that shines at every moment of the day. They can enjoy the beauty around them. They can touch everything that pleases their eyes, heart, and soul. The coalition has yet to remove some incarnate pieces that continue the game on the chessboard. If everything comes to pass, that could delay the final events. The answer, what could delay the final events, is the question. The answer is you. Nothing and no one can stop the light that comes. It is the power of the universe following the command of the laws of nature. The world will never be the same again. Not even you will be the same again. An awakened consciousness will never be what it was before. Expectation versus reality. One of the most important things we will learn is how to balance reality with expectations. The universe would like to make it perfectly clear that expectation is very different from manifestation. Manifestation involves your active participation in creating a world you want to live in. The expectation is to assume that you will be treated a certain way simply because you believe that is how it should be. Definition. Metapolitics means beyond politics and is the task of demystifying the dominant culture whose natural consequence is to remove support from political power to finally replace it. Going beyond politics means looking beyond political issues to address problems from a broader or holistic perspective. For example, when considering social, economic, or environmental problems, one could argue that it is necessary to go beyond conventional politics and explore solutions that transcend partisan divisions. Metapolitics is situated outside and above politicking, which has become theatrical and no longer constitutes the place of politics. The metapolitical strategy wants to spread the conception of the world. Rather than dealing directly with practical political issues, metapolitics seeks to change the cultural and ideological basis on which political structures are built. Unlike conventional politics, which often focuses on immediate elections and policies, metapolitics takes a long-term focus. It seeks to gradually change the fundamental conceptions that society has about itself and its environment. Actors in metapolitics may include intellectuals, artists, writers, educators, and other cultural agents. These individuals work to shape ideas and values that can then influence public policy. Synthesis. Metapolitics is the meeting point of East and West, of contemplation and action, being and ought to be. This approach addresses transcendental aspects and transcends cultural, philosophical, and ethical dichotomies. Metapolitics is not limited to the perspectives of a particular region or culture, but rather seeks to integrate elements of both Eastern and Western traditions to build a cultural and ethical foundation. Metapolitics, being the meeting point of contemplation and action, suggests that it goes beyond mere intellectual or theoretical reflection. It seeks to combine deep understanding with practical application and influence in the political and social sphere. That is, it is not limited to theory, but rather seeks tangible effects in reality. Typically Mediterranean in nature, they are metapoliticians, Plato and St. Augustine, Dante, St. Thomas, St. Bonaventure, and Leibniz. All these great spirits are witnesses and interpreters of applied metaphysics, that is, of the science of ends and means. Breaking news. Global bankruptcies exceeded the level of 2008 according to the Financial Times. Wall Street says Basel III endgame will disrupt finances. An economist claims that in 2024 there will be the biggest stock market crash in our lifetime. America already produces more crude oil than all of OPEC and puts Saudi in a bid. Oil price rises as oil tankers avoid the Red Sea. The five major shipping companies cancel transit through the Red Sea. Russia reorients its foreign trade towards Asia. The World Bank says Iraq is about to increase the value of its currency. Events. Winter storm leaves 600,000 homes without electricity in the northeastern US. Iceland declares a state of emergency due to the eruption of a volcano. Huge Ethiopian dam bombed by Egyptian F-16 fighter jets, and the Nile flows freely again. The UN reports that more than 90% of Gaza's population is displaced. The Houthis reiterate that they will continue their operation in the Red Sea until Gaza receives aid, but no Arab country has offered to host Palestinian refugees. Curious. The final countdown clock says that what we are waiting for will happen in a week. Now it would be the silence before the storm, but this is hard to believe. According to Mark Sira, many sources everything to implode on the 24th, but it's hard to believe. 2024, according to Nostradamus, a new pope, Harry on the throne, and war with China. The Pathfinder 1 airship takes off. In November 2023, flight tests of this electric airship began in California, the largest aircraft in the world that marks the beginning of a new era in environmentally friendly transportation. A huge mountain range discovered in the sea between Antarctica and Tasmania. Giants seen on a mountain in Thailand. The same thing happened in Canada a couple of years ago. New season of the Cars of Oak Island. I think they are going to make a breakthrough. A mother will sue the school for not accepting that her child is a cat. He was licking her paws in class. Americas. The government of Buenos Aires will not apply Milei's anti-picketing protocol. Mexico will challenge a law that criminalizes the entry of immigrants in plural into Texas irregularly. AMLO assures that Mexico has guaranteed oil for the next 30 years. Mexican tycoon Carlos Slim buys an oil field for $530 million. The failure of the constitutional process in Chile, a wake-up call to the political system. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.